David Starr here on commentary, watching Dave Cole and JT Dunn in this grudge match. No disqualification, apparently. JT Dunn just jumps Dave Cole immediately off the gate. Now, there's quite a history between these two. Dave Cole is one of the, oh God! JT, oh, okay. So I've known JT for a long time. I'm obviously very close to JT. I've had a different kind of relationship with him. I've never really seen him act this way. It takes a lot to make him act up. And now I'm joined by Denver, Colorado, who's a significantly better storyteller.
Well, I mean, it all started in this building back in November, where JT Dunn, unsanctioned impromptu fight with Mikey Webb. I told Tanya to put the cameras away. I told Palladino to put the microphone down, because JT Dunn had said that he was not going to wrestle for Beyond Wrestling by virtue of his defeat to Brian Milonas. Well, JT Dunn is a coward. JT Dunn is not a man of his word. And that night, JT Dunn, because an official was not assigned to the match, asked his former mentor, Dave Cole, if he would watch his back, if he would call the match for him. Well, Mikey Webb won. I don't know.
I know. As much as JT may be a liar, maybe a coward, he may have plenty of negative qualities about him. There's one thing he is right now, and that's determined.
If I want to prevent JT Dunn from coming to a show, this is what I do. I can call the cops, okay?
Yeah.
And then nobody gets to wrestle. So if he's not gonna adhere to his word, if he wants to come back to Beyond Wrestling, there's a reverse shit list, because he's pissed off a lot of people that have it out for him.
Well, there's
Brian Milonas was looking for a measure of revenge. He did not get it. Dave Cole has his opportunity today, but Dave Cole is the one who introduced that sharp edge of that paintbrush against JT Dunn at Arts at the Armory last night, and now JT Dunn is using it against him. And Dave Cole looks like he is bleeding all over the place.
Man, JT's just acting, like the look in his eyes, just it's a little different. You know, when Chris Hero was around, he kind of was a little more tame, but now he's kind of let go. He's loose. He's determined to prove.
It's always somebody, right? It's always somebody with JT.
Yeah.
You know, if it's not Chris Hero, it's the Young Bucks, or it's you, or it's Johnny Gargano. Before that, it was Dave Cole, and it's like, well, Dave Cole was the first guy, and maybe tonight Dave Cole will be the last guy as well.
JT's not feeling good after that chair shot in the corner. But again, like, yeah, Dave Cole says JT rides everyone's coattails. JT thinks he can do it on his own. And this is JT determined.
Oh, a tiger smash on the chair.
Maybe he's not determined now.
Well, he's determined because he managed to kick out, even though that was one of Dave Cole's calling cards. I mean, already the blood pouring out of the face. I cannot believe, I mean, it looks like he's been trying to target the eye. And it's very difficult, and it looks like he may have missed the mark, but I mean, he certainly didn't miss the rest of the face of Dave Cole.
Well, think about that. Dave Cole's an artist, right? Dave Cole can't do his art, can't do what he loves to do if he doesn't have an eye.
Sure.
So JT Dunn knows that.
Well, JT Dunn vowed that he was going to blind him. He vowed that he was going to break his hands, and then he vowed that he was going to take his girlfriend. I mean, come on, man. Like, how personal is it going to get?
But it sounds like a JT Dunn thing to do.
JT Dunn, with that paintbrush yet again, and now, oh, see, it looked like Cole was taking a page out of JT's playbook, and instead he paid for it because JT had it scouted. Drove him face first, dangerously close to those chairs. Match will continue. Let me ask you something, David Starr. You have an anything goes match with Joey Janela. This is a man who tried to run you over with the vehicle. This is a man that tried to suffocate you in the middle of the ring with a plastic bag. I mean, what does it take? How personal must it be for you to take risks like this? Well, in the center of a professional wrestling ring, where, I mean, if you did this in the streets, you're not going to get away with it. The cops are going to come, you're going to get locked up.
Well, that's one of the things about professional wrestling that's great, is that you're able to take out your frustration and your anger. And as much as I completely hate Joey Janela and I can't wait to murder him today, it's a way to take out your frustration. It has to get that intense. That's terrifying.
I mean, this is gross to watch. Dave Cole needs to stop.
So I'm kind of disturbed by that. It threw me off a little bit.
I mean, you don't really, you know, I mean, this isn't really the type of wrestling that Beyond Wrestling promotes, you know? I like seeing, like, clear-cut, athletic, like the match before, that 8-man tag, you know what I mean? There was no personal animosity. Maybe Dunn and Dijak's going to beef with Matt Riddle, but, I mean, when all 8 of those guys were in the ring, it was magic. And it was because it's like 4 guys on each team who just want to have the best professional wrestling match that they can have to prove that they're the best professional wrestler. This isn't about proving anything except for pure dominance over somebody that at one point you were very, very close with.
JT's
he's painting on Dave Cole's body with his own blood.
He's just he's just a disturbed man. As much I've seen JT, and what I thought was every single possible way, and this is just something different. It's kind of scary, man.
Well, you know, it's not too often we see Dave Cole competing in a Beyond Wrestling ring. I mean, ever since he's come back from his injury, we've seen his matches against Drew Gulak, his matches with Brian Fury, and you almost have to wonder, you know, part of the pun, but if he's almost on his last leg.
Well, you know, Beyond Wrestling has a bunch of guys who have national, international exposure, right? But Dave Cole's one of those guys who's, for a long time, was almost the backbone of New England professional wrestling.
And, you know, he was ahead of his time because he was a journeyman before, you know, promotions like Hybrid Wrestling and Jersey All Pro Wrestling had distribution like they do now. I mean, if, you know, when Dragon Gate USA was first starting out, I mean, it's like this guy was like 6 months too early for that because he's somebody that could have been like a major player in the companies. And that's why, like, when Beyond Wrestling first started, he showed up for the pilot taping and then he went away for a while. And it's like, somebody like JT has stepped up and in a lot of ways taken his spot in New England in the meantime. But not only in New England, but he's taking spots on cards all around the country. He's taking spots on cards in Germany.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those are opportunities that JT's getting that Dave Cole isn't, that Dave Cole had and mentally preparing JT for.
So, I know JT as a person. I know JT as a performer. You've seen him grow pretty much the same way I have. Do you think this new side of JT is going to help him or hurt him, or how do you? I don't know. I really don't.
Because you never, the new side of JT Dunn is this is the first time we may ever see JT Dunn on his own if his career continues past this.
JT did a few fights, a few no holds barred matches against the person I'm going to murder today, Joey Janela. And
yeah, he had a dog collar match with him at Aurora. Watch it for free at youtube.com/Beyond Wrestling, which if you're watching New England Mania, I'm assuming that's where you're getting it from. And the thing about JT, he's such a versatile performer, but what really kills me is, like, he doesn't need to bend the rules. He really is gifted enough to do it on his own, but maybe he's just afraid. I don't know what it is, but he refuses to do it on his own. Oh! I think he broke his back.
Those chairs didn't give. Those chairs didn't give. Oh, my goodness. That's it. Stay down.
That's not a good cover from Dave Cole. I think if Dave Cole had a better cover, that had to have been it, right?
He didn't have any energy.
I mean, it looks like JT Dunn's lower extremities are barely moving. When you get hit in that part of the spine, you could be paralyzed from the waist down. You know, there's bits and pieces of the matches with JT Dunn and Mikey Webb you can find on Facebook, whatever fan footage there is out there. I mean, JT Dunn had a pretty extreme match with Mikey Webb. So, JT, it's like he's afraid to be on his own, but at the same time, in the ring, he's willing to give it his all. It's just like a weird dichotomy. Like, is he just not sure of himself, or would he just prefer to have that peace of mind of having a safety net with somebody like Chris Hero? Like, what's this guy's deal?
You know, everyone goes through their ups and downs. Everyone goes through different phases of their career, and right now, JT's kind of in this new discovery mode, so he's got to figure out exactly what he's going to do, and maybe this is what he needs to do to get it out.
Oh! Yeah, but the same thing. It's like if Dave Cole can take out JT Dunn the same way that Brian Milonas earned himself a full-time spot in the Beyond Wrestling roster by defeating JT Dunn, maybe Dave Cole aims to do the same here tonight. I mean, much of this action speaks for itself.
Oh my, these guys are just slugging.
Dave Cole almost landed face first on the back end of that chair.
Oh. Yo, I have never seen strikes hit this hard before in a Beyond Wrestling ring, it seems like.
You know, the last time these two shared a ring in Beyond Wrestling was actually a big milestone in JT Dunn's career, because that was when he left the Professional Revolution. That was when Dave Cole was kind of able to get in his head and say, hey, look, you can do this on your own. You know when that was? That was in September of 2012, so here we are almost 5 years later. Very interesting to see how much JT Dunn has improved since going on his own, at least breaking off from the Professional Revolution, but with each passing phase of his career, he's always latching on to somebody else. I mean, you know, you probably know him better than anybody, considering your chemistry as the juicy product.
I mean, again, JT's going to do whatever he can to get by in wrestling. He just wants to advance. And whether that's by hook or by crook, he doesn't care. It doesn't, if he's attaching to somebody, it doesn't make a difference. He is a survivor. He is somebody. He was, as
what do you
well
think?
done.
What do you ultimately think JT Dunn's potential is?
I think he can be one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet. I think he is one of the best wrestlers on the
What's
planet.
stopping him from that then?
This
is it because he
attitude.
lets things like this get in his head, letting these personal rivalries take years off of his career as he was looking for a schoolboy there? Maybe that's one that Dave Cole didn't teach him because he's right into the crossface.
He's gonna tap. I just don't see JT tapping out though. He is again so determined. As much as we said he's a coward.
Well, like Brian Milonas said about him, he's a coward, but he's also a cockroach. Milonas made it his mission to exterminate him yesterday, and he did it. And I looked like JT Dunn was tapping out, but instead he had the point of that paintbrush, and he's making good on his promise to take away the hands of Dave Cole so that he cannot create any more art.
Hands and eyes.
I mean, as Dave Cole's in-ring career, could potentially be winding down, he's found an avenue in professional wrestling where he can create art and still get his name, his brand, his work, his life out there. And JT wants to take that away from him? Oh, no. Did you see the way his neck snapped? That was disgusting. Dude, I've never seen somebody's head get rocked that bad on an elbow. It looked like...
I think Dave Cole knows... I think Dave's... Tony P checking on him. I don't think Dave's all there. The other thing about professional wrestling.
Hold on. Wait, Dave is not all there. All right.
No,
obviously.
But the thing about professional wrestling is, in MMA there might be a knockout and they stop it. If you look a little groggy, they stop your fight. In pro wrestling, refs give professional wrestlers a lot more leeway.
Absolutely.
So if you kind of get knocked out, you get a little groggy, maybe you get your bell rung. If you say you're okay to go, the refs will let you. They'll give you enough rope to hang yourself with.
Very, very different sport. Very dangerous sport.
Dave's fighting
Dave
for
Cole,
life.
one thing, Dave Cole always reminded me almost like of Nigel McGuinness, where it's like he doesn't care about his well-being. He gives his entire body, wrestles every match like it might be his last, and if JT connects with this, it might be.
Oh
God.
Okay, that's it. No.
You saw the point of the chair just pushing in one of the vertebrae in Dave Cole's neck.
Why are you kicking out, Dave? I kind of want him to stay down at this point. Regardless of opinions on JT,
it's getting uncomfortable.
I
don't like seeing this. Dave Cole is kind of like the heart and soul of the Beyond Wrestling locker room. He's no doubt about the only person that was on the first Beyond Wrestling taping that is still an active member of the roster. Every show that he's at, it's just like he brings so much positivity. This is the very dark side that he keeps kept away, that he does not show very often. But a lot of artists draw their inspiration from, speaking of the dog collar.
I think, again, like I said, how refs give the wrestlers a little more leeway. I think Tony shouldn't let any of this happen. It's kind of...
JT Dunn just took one of those collars.
What is he going to do with this? I don't know what he's thinking. I don't think anyone knows.
I mean, let's face it, we got a box of junk we bring to every show. I didn't realize that collar was specifically, or I should say that chain specifically was from the dog collar match.
Oh,
and now as JT is looking to choke Dave Cole with it. And I'm not even sure if Dave Cole realizes that.
I'm not really okay with any of this.
I mean, I'd like to think that Dave Cole could willingly take this collar off if he wanted to, so he's going to have something in mind. Maybe, being a very cerebral wrestler, trying to stay one step ahead of JT Dunn, or maybe he is just willing to give the devil his doom.
Right now, I don't even know if he knows he has a dog collar on his neck right now, dude. I mean,
well, he's trying to sit down. He's not trying to defend himself. He's not trying to fight.
The crowd doesn't like this. Nobody's okay with this right now.
I mean, do you think JT is maybe second guessing himself?
No! Oh my God! No. Okay. Tony's gonna check on him. What, Dave? Just say you're done, man.
I mean, he's raising his hand, but Dave Cole is lifeless at this point.
Oh God. Okay.
And now just choking him. I mean, the referee really needs to intervene here. This is enough.
That's it, man. He's gonna. Is it?
If that's it, call for the bell, Tony.
Tony, JT, get the.
Tony, don't let Dave to be the one to make the decision. Like, just call it, man. That's it.
That's it.
Don't keep checking on him. Stop it. Just stop it, Tony. Tony, stop it. Stop it.
Okay. Well, what? But I mean, oh Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah, that's it.
Just stabbing him repeatedly in the face. I mean, to your credit, MMA, that should have been done about 30 seconds ago. I'm going to go downstairs and check on
Please do.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by referee stoppage of the match is Pro Wrestling's savior, the JT Dunn.
This is what I do, Dave. I'm a real professional wrestler. You will never be able to hang with me. Yeah, you're waking up. You're real sleepy. Daddy knocked you out. I think this whole room and this locker room needs to understand exactly who the hell I am. Cristiano could have chosen any professional wrestler in the world. But Hero chose me. I am professional wrestling's savior. I am the protege of Chris Hero. And you're just Dave Cole.